Tower of God Book 4 Arc 9 Hide and Seek. Chapter 35, 39, 2F Hide and Seek. Rachel is buying food to go in order to avoid Bomb. Meanwhile, Anne Rossi talks to Bomb about his encounter with Yuri Zahard. She calls her a thug, but Bomb doesn't believe it and still considers her a kind person. Later, Anne Rossi and Rachel meet in the girls' restroom. Rachel confirms that Anne Rossi hasn't revealed her true identity yet, though Anne Rossi questions her decision, asking if whatever is at the top of the tower is worth more than Bomb. In class, Bomb continues to learn how to control Shinsu from the wave controller instructor, Yuga. Though Bomb considers himself to be having trouble, the fact that he's a genius becomes clear due to that rapid pace at which he is learning. Yuga even comments that it took him 2 years to create his first bong of Shinsu, but Bomb has done so in a mere 2 weeks. Ho sees Bomb's remarkable talent and questions his identity, though his words go unheard by the sleeping lore. Ho is called up after Bomb and he quickly becomes frustrated when he sees his own inadequacy with controlling Shinsu. Yuga insists that Ho go take a nap, to save his energy for the next day tests. After the lecture he goes back to his room, and while taking a nap, has a flashback of his dark past. Suddenly, a note slips under the doorway, telling him to eliminate Rachel if he wishes to remove Bomb as a competitor. This causes Ho to burst out of his room, looking for whoever left the note, but no one is there. Full Black hears Ho and opens his door to check on him, but Ho brushes him off with a comment about the weather. Luroro meets up with Yu Han Sung to receive instructions about the final joint test for the regulars. Luroro is doubtful that hide and seek with a ranker is a good idea. Just then, Quant enters, bringing coffee and informing Luroro that he is the it of this hide and seek test. Luroro is flabbergasted. Later, Luroro announces the test for the remaining 28 regulars, not counting Rak and Acrayon, who have already passed, and reveals 2 teams of 14 will be participating. Yu Han Sung then goes over the rules of the test in detail. At one point during the explanation, Lee Su asks who the it is going to be. Quant seizes the moment and bursts out of a box that had been next to the table where the test examiners are sitting, humorously causing Yu Han Sung to accidentally splash coffee onto his face. Later on, the test for Team A is starting soon. They quickly decide to make Kun the leader. He hatches a plan to catch Quant, thinking that the ranker won't be expecting such a bold strategy. For the first step in their plan, they release some bait to lure Quant into a trap. The bait's name? Ship Lee Su. Shortly after Lee Su goes out, Quant appears with a smug smile on his face. The members of Team B, waiting until Team A's test finishes, are already at odds with each other about the composition of their team. Just then, they notice that Team A has already made contact with the ranker, Quant. Quant talks to Lee Su, Shibasu, for a little bit, informing him that he knows it's a trap and Lee Su is the bait. Nonetheless, he goes in for the attack, prompting Kun to tell Amigocast to throw a spear, which Quant easily dodges. Quant destroys the lighthouse near Lee Su, leaving him in complete darkness. Despite the darkness, Quant is still able to maneuver by reading Shinsu. Just as Quant is about to attack Lee Su, another lighthouse activates, giving Anik a chance to attack Quant. This catches Quant completely by surprise since he expected the lighthouse to be with Team A's IT, Anik, who should have been running for the exit. In order to escape, Quant uses a mysterious technique, Black Fish. He then grabs Anik's green April and gets angry. Quant, having stopped Team A's plan, laughs and tells the regulars that he'll grant them a 32-minute and 13-second head start. Without any other immediate plan, Kun tells his team to run. Luroro, watching on, is surprised that Kun thought his plan would work, though Yu Han Sung seems to think that Kun is doing well. Back in the test, time is running out for Quant's head start. Team A plans to delay Quant at one of the narrow staircases on the path he'll take to catch up to Anik. As Quant reaches the staircase, he uses the limited Shinsu that he has been permitted in order to cloak himself. Within the next minute, he takes out DD Kancho and Alexei Amigokaz. Team B, onlooking, cheers for Quant's success. As Anik runs towards the exit, Leon 3 announces that their line of defense at the staircase has been broken. Luroro and Yuhan Sung discuss the test so far. Luroro thinks that Quant basically has this in the bag since he knows where Anik, Team A's IT, is going, and because he is much more powerful than anyone on Team A, there should be no way for them to stop Quant from getting Anik's badge. Lee Su, at Team A's second line of defense, tries to cheer up the other regulars and make them determined to stop Quant, at one point even calling Quant a poisonous toad. Unbeknownst to Lee Su, Quant is actually standing right behind him. When Quant reveals himself, Lee Su tries to flatter him, which only makes Quant angrier. Lee Su latches on to Quant in an attempt to hold him back, at the same time giving a partially humorous speech urging Anik to run to the exit. While Lee Su is distracting Quant, First Emperor prepares to use one of his special techniques, First Emperor's Scorching Fist of Death. Before he can do it, though, Quant throws Lee Su into him. Quant then says the corny line, "There is only one reason why I am avoiding you with my Shinsu. It's because I don't want to kill regulars with my own hands. Remember that." This sends Luroro and Yuhan Sung into a laughing fit. After a little more chatter and Quant kicking Lee Su in the head, Quant runs past the other regulars in the second line of defense and heads for Kun and Anik. When he reaches the bridge, he sees only Kun, who informs him that their IT, Anik, isn't there. Naturally, Quant thinks that Kun is hiding Anik in his bag, Manbarandena.